Testing. There we got Stan.
Breaker 9, code
Guten
7.
Morgen, everybody. Good morning.
Guten
I think we've
Morgen,
got Sam.
America. Guten Morgen, Mexico. Guten Morgen, Kanada.
Tell everybody
Europa,
nice.
überall auf der Welt. Herzlich willkommen.
Yeah, there you go.
Herzlich willkommen zu Cake Testing, Golden Ranches und alles andere. Big thanks to iedereen.
Big danke.
Vielen Dankeschön, jawohl. So,
Dankeschön. No, Dankeschön.
Guten Morgen, Talk of the Week. William Brock in the house.
Polly, how you doing, baby doll?
Hey,
Nice
Polly.
to see you. Good morning in the great UK.
Much love to Talk of the Week, and especially Polly. Always good to see you.
Well, it is the 9th
Yes.
of February, and as usual,
It's Saturday.
and as usual, it is raining here. It's all, hey, Brian Chad, it's all it ever knows how to do here is rain. It's depressing to look at the forecast.
We have a severe winter storm warning for Northern California for the entire weekend, with rainfall for us and actually heavy snowfall for the Sierras. And somebody said something of a total accumulation of 7 to 8 feet up in the Sierra Mountains over the weekend. Coming.
7 to 8 feet up in the Sierra.
It's
There's no place
be-
on planet Earth that gets more deeper snow.
Actually, that's not true. Austria had 30 feet.
Yeah, but I mean for a whole season, like 280
They had
feet.
within one day 30 feet.
Hey, Texas,
You
how are you? Hey,
said
Bully,
Earth,
what's up,
so
Bully?
Planet Earth.
What's up? What's going on? I don't know. Hey, thank you to
Hi,
those
Texas,
of you.
Terry, and
One beautiful
IRC
pound cake for the bully. There we go.
Welcome.
How does that look? Pretty
Good
darn good.
morning.
Huh?
Welcome to the chat, everybody. Nice to see each and everybody here.
That turned out
today
very golden, didn't it?
for the cake testing and several other topics of the day.
Well, I want to tell you, hey, Carrie. Hi, Scarlett.
Hi, Scarlett. Carrie.
You know, the pound cake whenever,
Against
as
the
I said,
wind,
Vanessa, how you doing,
Vanessa.
beautiful? In the UK, my girl's getting adjusted to her new, her phone. Well, let me tell you guys, one of the questions that I always get asked when I'm doing the baking and people will message or write, leave comments is, what, hey, against the wind? Yeah, crazy chap, a good time last night. Yeah, we're going to get to that in a minute. One of the beautiful things about the cake is its ease to make, and a lot of people will message and say, I'm just interested in starting out baking. What is the best cake for me to start on? And I always say the pound cake, because long before there was baking powder and baking soda to give cakes and breads lift, quick breads and other things, you had to beat that cream, you had to cream that sugar and butter to make that fluffy to give the cake lightness. You didn't have anything to provide
in
this.
the UK, that's a lot.
You had 5 mil. I don't know, 5 mil ain't much, Kerno, is it?
5 millimeter, that's
puny. It's not, yeah, just a light dusting. Just a light dusting.
well, for us that is nothing, but
yeah.
well,
Good morning, Pam. How are you? But doing a cake, I always tell people when they're starting out, and I've made hundreds and hundreds of cakes now here. When you say that's a fair, so I made hundreds of cakes here, hundreds. Oh, okay, put my pound cake in a toast and top with ice cream and chocolate, says that's delicious. Pound cake is such a versatile cake. It's really what you choose to top it with and makes it, whether it's whipped cream, ice cream, butterscotch syrup, fruits. You can take in lemon glaze, anything that you want to put on there. It's wonderful. But the thing is, when you learn it,
hi, Pam.
yeah, good morning, Pam. When you do that, try to resist using a mixer when you're just starting out. making cakes and scratch baking, try to avoid using the mixer so that you get the feel for how ingredients feel. Remember, 100 years ago, all they had was just the long wooden spoons and bowls. That was it. And you had to work with that. Well, what that did was gave you a real feel for batter, and whether your batter is going to be very thick and give you a very tight crumb like you have on the end there, or whether you're going to have a cake like a traditional birthday cake that's kind of fluffy and not much to it, you know. Yeah, it's great for strawberry shortcake. It's wonderful for that. So
what do you think about Scarlett's?
Yeah, or a wire whip or a whisk. Exactly, Scarlett.
Ice cream and chocolate sauce.
Yeah, very uplifted today, Allie. Feeling good. Had wonderful chats last night. They were great. They really had a good time all day. You know, made some tough decisions, but we'll talk about that in a bit. And nice to see you, Allie Pally. And so get used to making cakes really by hand, just because it allows you to feel that batter, and you just become a better working awareness, and it helps you moderate whether you want that cake to be kind of fluffy or whether you want that cake to be like wedding cake, which is always very dense and very heavy. You know, it's a very solid, heavy cake. It requires a lot of eggs. It requires a lot of butter, so it becomes a very heavy cake. The cold ice cream hits the warm cake. Yeah, absolutely delicious. So make sure when you're starting to make cakes, if you're just starting out baking, try to do things with just spoons and just pretend it's 100 years ago. And you're going to have to make things by hand. You'll get a much better feel. Yeah, everybody likes Missy Jenn. Fold that flour in your sponge. That's it. Exactly. You know, doing that, especially if you're making a sponge cake and you have to, or an angel food cake, and you're depending on egg whites to provide the lift and the lightness to it, because all an angel food cake is egg whites that are whipped and then flour added, folded in to just make a very light cake. Oh, don't let it. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Pamela. Nice to see you.
Hey, nice to see you, Pamela.
Pamela's always there. No, it's our sunshine is, even though it's rainy and lousy, I always think that spring is. I never sift my flour. Hey, Fruit Pig.
Hey, Fruit Pig. Welcome to the chat.
I don't think I've ever sifted flour ever on that. Hey, how you doing, Jordan? If we had a hen house, Missy Jenn would say, you go to hell out and get it.
If we had a hen house, I let the chickens run loose free to the neighbor's yard and then dismantle the hen house.
She don't want any chicken.
I'm allergic to the chicken dust.
Chicken dander and all that.
Yeah, I grew up with chickens. We had the chickens. I used to clean their crap, poop up, and I would go out and pick the eggs up. And so I've done all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Sounds like Allie said, sometimes you can just run a whisk through your flour. There ain't no free. Well, actually, there's no free range. We have a lot of, particularly Mexicans. Our neighbors have chickens. Well, maybe they're still. I don't know. You always hear them clucking and bucking and. Buck.
I don't know if they have any this year.
Okay. Well, they've had chickens before.
I ain't heard none this year.
What does that mean, Colonel? I'm not sure what you mean. Why did you get Elvis a free pass to this shit? I'm not even sure. I don't even understand what the question is. Good morning, Mr. Z.
Mr. Z, welcome.
The fabulous Mr. Z. Welcome to the show from Las Vegas, California. So, not on my chat, Marshall dead that. Gonna have respect here. Okay. You don't wear on. Let's see. Do you know why chickens don't wear underwear? Their peckers are on their faces. There we go.
That's right. Good one, Scarlett. Good one.
Yeah, how you doing, Mike Jetson? Chicken talk today. You know, Our friend, the boss, has always said, "Oh, you should have chickens and on the rancho."
Yeah, we'll eventually have to get him a chicken coop.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
could have some chickens up there in his backyard.
Las Vegas, California, or Nevada.
Next to the hot tub.
Well, Lord knows we'd like to go down to Las Vegas. D-Dub, how you doing, my friend? Hey, Mike Jetson, good morning to you. We got the great traveling D-Dub, met Flyboy Glenn out there.
We used to have geese, ducks, chickens, pigeons, you name it, anything with wings, beaks, and peckers.
Oh, no. I'd love to come. I wish I was down in.
We had it.
Sorry, Jen. I wish I was down in the high desert, D-Dub, because I'll tell you, I'm getting pretty ragged out on this this weather. Hopefully, this will be the last winter that I endure in a rainy in a place that just doesn't stop raining. I did. Let's move along. So we'll be slicing the cake in a little bit. I did get a call in from Marshall's sister Janet last night. Of course, I was on my own. Yeah, a couple goats. I was on my own show at that time. Yeah, I know it's cold. I was on my own show at the time that the call came in, but I did not take the call. But it allows me this morning to give some thoughts on Janet. In my opinion, and having met Janet before, sat down with Janet in Chicago, getting a chance to see who she really is and her temperament. And then, of course, you know, before you guys were around, when Marshall was living in Chicago and sharing the apartment with Janet and also Janet's boyfriend Tony at that time, you got to really know that she's kind of a straight up, pretty serious person. There's not a lot of mockery and effery in there. Goats are nice. You have Nubians. That's cool. There's not a lot of, what did you say, Missy Jenn? Not a lot of play in her game. It's kind of what you see is what you get. I mean, when you talk about having a working career and being a collections agent, you know, you have to be pretty tough skinned to go after people and collect outstanding debts. You know, you have to work this phone in a certain way. You got to be a pretty tough skinned person to do that kind of work. So I came away with a lot of admiration for her. Plus, a lot of admiration for the fact that somebody has a passion, like I have vintage audio, like Missy Jenn has farm equipment, tractors. You know, it's her passion that she loves doing, and I have to fully support that because it gives her something to do. And it's also something she feels great about. Well, Janet has a passion for bodybuilding. And you're going to be very defined. Hello, Deb. Nice to see you. You're going to have a lot of body definition.
Hello, Deb.
And these ladies push it to the limit. Your Missy Jenn was in.
I used to do bodybuilding back in the days.
Yeah. You know, it took dedication.
I was very passionate about it. 4 times a week, 3 hours at night. After working a full solid day in construction,
You had a passion for doing the bodybuilding, and you get achieve results when you have that kind of passion.
And you have a strict diet, protein shakes, and cooking the chicken and the rice, and you have your.
So that's somebody I followed when I
meals
used Flyboy Glenn. Nice to see you. Sorry, Jen. Go ahead, finish your passion.
Yeah, when you prepare your meals and you have them in the plastic containers, and then you got all your protein shake things, high protein, low carbs, and you take your vitamins and this and that and all the supplements. And,
yeah, it's cool. And Mr. Z, I hope to get down to hope to be able to get maybe down to Vegas in May, have a little poolside fun and do a little fun in the desert. So Flyboy Glenn, it was very nice seeing you on D-Dub stream too. He's very sweet. He's got a full story, his family, Spider Lady, and I'm very, very happy to call them friends, as I'm happy to call you a friend. And I'm really excited that you're going to be coming up to, possibly we're going to have a chance to meet up here in NorCal. Don't see Harvey around, Colonel, right now. Anyway, back to Elvis's sister, Missy Jenn, having met her in person. And then when I did have Facebook, the time I did have Facebook, we were friends for quite a few years on Facebook before Facebook just turned into a blathering mess on there of just a complaining ground of things. And I finally just terminated that, deleted that, and just got rid of it. But, looking at her competitions, looking at the time over the years that she put into the gym, looking at some of the awards that she
it's a lot of work.
A lot of work. A lot of work to do that. A lot of okay, Polly, a lot of dedication. And I give her a lot of credit for that. And I ask people, be respectful. Good morning, Monkey Boy. And understand what she's about. Would she ever run a shit show like Marshall does? No, it's not in her nature. She's not on there to entertain. She's not on there to be a clown. I think he had her on to, and I did not watch it. I'm not subbed, but probably just for, to explain about how she believes Marshall relates to the rest of the family.
Hi, RV Radio.
The Syrian community. Good morning, RV Radio. Good morning. Colonel likes you. He doesn't like me. That's all right. I'll take a 50-50.
Oh, that's all right. It's cool when people like me.
He said some horrible stuff about me on other chats, but it's okay. Hey, Nathan, how are you? Nice to see you.
As long as you don't try to drive wedges here between us and try to create havoc.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever going to happen. Some people, oh, Missy Jenn.
Hey, Nathan, nice to see you.
Missy Jenn should flee the Rancho.
Well, always remember this. I am an independent unit person with my own brain. I think for myself. Ooh.
Yeah, Scarlett, I've made that before. Delicious. It'd go great with a pork roast. Or just take your pineapple rings and throw them into a skillet and put a little brown on them and throw a little brown sugar on top. Hey, justifiable homicide. No, I don't speak English. That's been on me gusto. More videos on receivers and the vintage. Okay, DJ.
Hello, Harvey.
DJ.
Good afternoon to you.
How you doing, Harvey?
Mwah.
So I'm,
Much love to you.
Be respectful of the person. Be respectful also that this is somebody's sister, and this sister has a brother. And I don't think that she's going to do. My own thought is she's not going to do a lot on YouTube. YouTube's one of those things you either get hooked on it and do it, or you don't. You do it a few times and then you walk away. That's the way I feel about that. But she's got a call in with me. I guess we'll discuss things. I returned her call this morning. I haven't gotten a return call back. It may have been in terms of supporting her stream, which I will do. If she does choose to stream. I will watch her stream. Jordan says Elvis's sister doesn't. Well, I'm not sure. Jordan Blue. I'm not sure. Totally disown. How do you really disown family? Easier said than done. She has been the linkage with the family, good or bad, been the shock absorber of the family for things that are going on. So I would say this, Jordan. Do you take the word out of somebody's mouth directly, or do you take the words that are recorded and broadcast someplace else? For me, having that personal real-time talking kind of trumps all. Okay? Because you're hearing that real time on the stream. Okay? I'm not saying things have been goofed around with, but I have to take somebody's latest statement as their current feeling. Maybe they had a long talk, which I think that they did. You know, things can get better and do on here when people do communicate. Sometimes this idea that we walk forever and we wash our hands, it's nonsense down here. For a lot of people that care and have heart. That's what I'm saying, Jordan Blue. But you're, you know, as Bergs would say, come up to real time. Up to real time. Good morning, Mitch Jones. Nice to see you. Well, there is a coming back, Jordan, but it's a much tougher road, at least with me. That's for sure. How you doing, Issy? But I will support Janet, and I know Missy Jenn will support Janet too, should she choose to do anything on Facebook. Yeah, we got the great Mr. Z in the house today. Always lucky to have him. So you never say never on things. It's just something that I don't need that on my mind now. You know, the river, you know, you put a rock in the stream and the water starts to course around, you start to rechannel your efforts. Well, that's what I'm doing on here. I don't need the negativism of it. Like I said, I don't need the burden of carrying him on my back. He has to carry himself, and it's no big loss to me. Okay, you want to feel like you're appreciated. You want to feel like your thoughts matter, like that there's something to compensate on the scale. Right, Jen? Like it can't be, you know, friendship's got to have something that balances on the scales. And when you're out there doing your all to try to be supportive and to try to put carrots in front of people, hoping that they're going to do the right thing, and you get nothing back on the other side of the scale, except I'm the dirtiest player in the game. Well, yeah, flow around the obstacle. That's exactly right. So I'll be like, you know, Coach, like Mr. X, Chris Diamond, and just step back, not wish ill will on anybody. But until such time there's a recognition of having the ability to self-reflect on yourself and or seek help. And I would bring Marshall out here in a heartbeat if I ever thought that there was any sincerity of trying to get a life on track. Compassion and heart. Do I see that on the horizon? Honestly, no, I don't. Not when you come on and self-style yourself as the dirtiest player in the game. Hello, Mills. Yeah, I hear you, Jordan Blue. You know, that stuff on Tucker's, it just comes out of the blue. And it's a measure of frustration, I know. Because people see the positivity and raising money for St. Jude's or putting some money in Tucker's pocket because you like the man. And you like what he does. Nothing wrong with that. I can't say that money's not going to Elvis, but if I'm Elvis, hey, how you doing, Craft Beer Pours? Nice to see you. Yeah, that show last night was the most wonderful. I'm glad, Mitch Jones, you enjoyed it. We can all have fun. We don't need to have negative forces involved to have epic hangouts. But I want to say this, Missy Jenn, and just wrapping on Elvis here. The thing that boggles my mind is, you would think after watching me, and I don't really think Elvis watches my stuff, to be honest, okay? But I can tell you this. You would think after trying to model the behavior that people are obviously giving tips and supporting positive, fun things, You would think Elvis would look at that and say, ooh, I got to go in a positive direction because I'm not getting squat.
Hi, Susie.
Hi, Susie. Nice to see you, honey. I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, man, this is just basic Pavlov's dog. You go towards rewards and you move away from disrewarding. You think he'd look at Tucker and say, my goodness, Tucker has raised thousands of dollars and channeled all that positivity. Thank you, Scarlett. Channeled all that positivity into something noteworthy and commendable. But somehow continuing down this negative path is supposedly supposed to yield some kind of fruit of which I can't see. Social disaster? I don't know. I haven't a clue. To me, it's a very easy. You be good, you do good, you entertain, you put up quality content, you be a positive person in the community. You run your shtick. Nobody cares about, I'm the greatest. Woo, I'm so much better than you. Who cares? That's WWE shtick. That's part of your entertainment.
Hi, Steffi. Yeah,
hey, Steffi.
We've made suggestions.
Yeah, there we go, Mr. Z.
Make the cooking videos, you know. Do
positive content, relate, let trolls have their say. And then slowly, as you move in a positive direction, you start to garner support. Right. People say, hey, stop picking on this guy. You know, he's been putting up good content. He's trying to be a better person in the YouTube community, and the rewards start to go. And the negativism starts to slowly roll off. But for some reason, so until the day that reality hits, there's nothing going to turn that around. And Missy Jenn and I finally realized there ain't no intervention, no amount of uploads, no amount of anything. But I don't have to watch that show anymore.
That's right, me neither.
The wrench was pulled. He's welcome to come in the side chat, but it's the behest of my moderators.
Hello, Jen.
Thank you very much, Katie. Good afternoon, Jen. The pound cake is wonderful. We're going to have it in a little bit here. So, you know, pulled the wrench for the first time in 4 years, unsub Missy Jenn and I, all channels.
Yeah, all 3 channels have been unsubbed.
Painfully so.
By both of us. And
Facebook removed.
Since I still have Facebook, I have also unfriended him.
Yeah, because we...
On Facebook.
Yeah, we can't... you know, there's just no way. We've never made a bit of forward progress with anything. And all that I become, in particular, and Missy Jenn to a secondary extent, all we become is shock absorbers. Because Elvis is totally impervious to criticism and critique. By design. I'm the dirtiest player in the game. No, he's not gotten in touch with me. His sisters called me. And I have a call back in with her. Yeah, take that butter out, let it warm up to room temperature. Thank you, YSL. Good morning, Celeste. How are you today? Eclectic domestic in the house. Wonderful.
Hello, Edie. Nice to see you.
I mean, what would I say now? What's going to change it? Nothing that I can see. But I've got a lot of forward positivity going on my channel now. As evidenced, hangouts last night. Yeah, they're they're somewhat shit shows, but they're a lot of fun. New people, Mr. Boots on. And with that kind of fun, it'll grow and people will come in and they will enjoy themselves. Yeah, he's never made any forward progress. So what do you do in the face of that? All it does is make you look like the one that's got the problem.
Guten Tag, Carl.
Good morning, Thelma Lou.
Welcome, Carl. Nice to see you. Hello, Thelma.
Thank you, RB Radio. Good morning, Carl. The day got better as it went on yesterday. That's for damn sure. Really very happy about the events. But as far as that, if you sense that nothing you say makes a difference, then you go put your attention and your efforts elsewhere. And that was actually despite,
nice to see you,
being in the arena yesterday and being on with Tucker and just deciding to go up there and just let people have their say, which was good. That wasn't a tenth as difficult as unsubbing and moving on after so many years.
4 years.
I don't wish ill will. I will never say negative stuff. It's not my nature to be on there trolling and abusing and criticizing somebody. But I do have the ability just not to be engaged in it. Because I deserve much better than that. And I sure as hell know Missy Jenn does. We've done so much, put so much effort, time, even money into travel, trying to get the man out of the tin can for a couple days to have a chance to talk, but it's to no avail.
Simplify you, Jiro.
Hey, you, Jiro. So, the more you're marginalized, the more you have time to just be with yourself. And maybe that's exactly the cake. The cake turned out beautifully. We're going to slice that in a couple minutes. Carl, very nice pound cake here. Can't wait to slice that up. Well, you got to think of it. Hey, Brad. Nice to see you, Brad. There's somebody I listen to. I've disappointed Brad. At times I've delighted Brad Silverdog. At times I've horrified Brad Silverdog. But the one thing that I think Brad Silverdog, who's been around, he's OG Boyd, he's been around forever down here. The one thing that I feel quite certain that Brad Silverdog does know is I tried to work with a good heart when it came to Marshall. No matter what anybody might think, I always hoped for a time when things would be better, where things would improve, where you can still do your shtick. Nobody cares. I'm the greatest. Woo! I got the 60-inch neck or whatever. Nobody cares about that. That's just part of your shtick. But what's not part of your shtick and can't be part of your shtick is dogging on people's families. All of a sudden, that's like in your mind, you just default to the lowest thing because you're the dirtiest player in the game. That's worrisome. In other words, you can't find the words to adequately express your frustration, so you drop down to the lowest common denominator. There's got to be some intermediate ground there. I think so, Brad. Good morning, JK NoCal. Good morning. Good morning, Coachisms. And I say that with a happy heart. I dream of a day we're friendly again, and I dream of a day hanging out, doing Class B RVs, doing cooking reviews, food reviews, You would think with all of that potential future, with all that potential future of me having nothing but time on my hands moving forward, that would be enough of an inducement to balance the scales of friendship a little bit and move forward in a positive direction. But even that thought, Key West, streamer house. Oh, hi, Otame. Streamer house in Clearwater, Largo, all kinds of fun stuff. It just doesn't register. Yeah, explain this whole dirty player, and then the next video is quoting scripture. It's all a desperate attempt to be relevant, to be, let's face it, to be shock videos, because it gets talked about. Well, after today, there won't be a hell of a lot for me to talk about because I won't be watching it. Other people will continue to go over and support that and sit there for an hour and troll away on the side as if it's going to accomplish anything. So after having done what I've done, I have to question you for still watching that and supporting that. Now think about yourself in relation to his channel. Is your presence helping or hurting? Are you part of the problem now? I'm not. You're not going to see me in the side chat. Now it's on you. Let's talk about golden wrenches here now. I've had some commentary this morning. Our normal program, we still talk about things that occur in the community. That's a normal part of it. I will still very much, good morning, Lynn Russell. I will still very much support Janet, his sister, because Janet is a genuinely nice person. She may come off as kind of brusque and rough and tough, but let's tell you, she is rough and tough. Nothing wrong with that.
Hi, Tara.
But she does have a heart, and she's a nice person inside. Single mom, lives up to her responsibilities. That's kind of a nice thing, isn't it? In fact, most of the family does. The golden wrenches, as I said last night here, it's embarrassing for me when when people tip me, and please don't give anything today because we did this last night. And yet my moderators show up and moderate and have to do side chat duty. They actually work harder than the host does. Good morning, Andrea.
Hello, Andrea.
So what I decided to do was once a month just to have a call out for the moderators. If people feel like giving a tip to them, nice gesture. And those that want to participate in it can participate in it. Those that don't have to. But last night, within 5 minutes, $200 was raised. For the first time out of the gate for the month, I agreed to match that. Okay? Share the fruits of it with people. Now, it will not ever work. Other people may or may not adopt it, but a lot of rooms just hand out wrenches to everybody, in which case it doesn't work that way. But when you come in here, yeah, just send me your PayPal, JK, if you have a PayPal. Or actually, I'll put you down for you and your beautiful wife for dinner. And we'll make that happen. Well, Scarlett, it's what should be. to me to give them a thank you for what they do. And like I say, Tom Finland may or may not choose to participate. J.K. NoCal may or may not. Greg Campbell had a wrench. He'll certainly be a heavy part of that for the time that he did put in here. And people can just, yeah, dinner. That's exactly what I'll do. Good morning, Becca. And that makes me feel good about if I'm getting something tipped for my content and I'm out doing a live stream, God knows where. But there my moderators sit quietly just doing their job. I feel shameful if I'm the one that's not sharing that with them, because they work hard on here. Last night we had, what do we have, 325 people on it. At 1 a.m. on the East Coast, and they're working their ass off last night. I hear you, Lynn Russell. It does mine too. But I've always and welcome back, Lynn Russell. You were a longtime supporter, and I apologize to you personally for the terrible falling out that we had in the month of January. But I do have a heart, and I do share, and I do feel a sense of equity in the community. I'm never going to be one that's going to have a lot of wrenches here. In fact, as wrenches potentially roll off, you know, that's the way it is. But when you have people like Harvey and Oda Mae Brown in particular that show up and help out, I think it's something that's, you know, a positive thing. That includes Missy Jenn too, when she's moderating daytime streams and doing that. Glad to do that. Yeah, we've always gotten along good, Lynn. So I thank Becca, everybody else that contributed to that initial pool. You did not have to, but it was very appreciated. And I will be distributing that. And we'll do that once a month. Golden Wrenches Day, right? And if you can't take the money, I'll just slip it in an envelope and put it in the mail to you, you know. It's all good. It's all good. But I just think it turns the corner for me in being appreciative of those who have brought me to the point of making sure that the streams run pretty good. So I think on the most part, people should be pretty happy with the direction it's being turned. Those who said, you know, cut your ties and move on, there it is. Hard thing for Missy Jenn and I to do, but we did it. Which brings me before we get to cake, to give you guys a big thanks for your support. Turning a channel, you know, people say everything's relative down here. People say, oh, you have a big channel. Not in the scheme of YouTube. Casey Neistat has a big channel. Peter McKinnon has a big channel. Pneumatic Fanatic, 200,000 people, has a big channel. Maybe on the Boyd, it's something to be glorified, running into close to 20,000 subscribers now, but it's not. What keeps you going is the fun down here. And to take a channel and move directions when you feel like you've been stuck in the mud. You wish everybody well, but you just want to move on in a fresh direction. And that has been something that's been accomplished here. Straightforwardly, honest talk, honest explanations, honest feedback to me. I sat on Tucker's chat for an hour and a half, 2 hours yesterday. People had a chance to put out the things that they wanted to do. I appreciated that. But it very clearly delineated where I want to be in the future. Thank you, Susie. You know, it's given me such a wonderful chance to form deeper relationships with people that didn't want to come on panels before. Not because of the people, but just because maybe topics and other things, which is fun.
Kevin.
Hey, Kevin, good morning. Yeah, and people like Andrea, we could come on and she could come on and spend time and laugh. Yeah, it's a shit show, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. Some people don't like it. People yelling over each other. Man, I feel like I'm right at home. I feel like I'm in a crowded bar where people are just yelling to be heard. Some things you hear, some things you don't.
Hello, Kim.
Thank you, Scarlett. Good morning, Kim. Nice to see you. So I want to thank you. I want to give a special shout out again this morning to Oda Mae Brown. She does a lot of duty in a lot of chat rooms. I don't know her background story. You know, we back chat. She has to instruct me how to do shit. She's the message queen. And I know a lot of times she wants to take that wrench and bop me over the head in here. Yeah, thank you, JK. Hey, Uff, good morning to you.
Hello, After.
And if anybody in my chat, she's the one I think just shakes her head some days and say, why? But then you think about it, then you're really happy because that's somebody that genuinely has some loving and some care for you and only really wants the best for you. Straddles a lot of different communities, not an easy role to be in, but means the world to me out there. And I want to especially thank her for her wonderful support. New York Cat, nice to see you, honey.
Welcome. Boom.
Nice to see you. One of my favorite gals, my New York gal. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take this cake. I'm going to slice it. We have a wonderful pound cake here today. I'm going to cut a nice big piece for Missy Jenn. And Missy Jenn will entertain you for a couple minutes while I get this prepared.
Yeah, so it looks like the rain is stopped. We might have a dry spell coming. JK in the house. Woohoo! Sup. Looking forward to getting some of that cake. I'm hungry. Andrea says, Missy Jenn took up clogging for exercise. Nice. That's great. And so, yeah, once again, 2019 appears to be a big year for change. Change is coming. Change is coming.
There you go, nice big piece. We'll show people how nicely that cuts. I love pound cake. Just in its simplicity, it just makes it so nice. You can do so. We're just serving it straight up. It's plenty moist. It's not over baked.
You want to bite? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll share.
So I do ask my mods, if you want to participate in that pool, please send me your PayPal info. Harvey will post my Gmail address there.
Kylie Rose asks if I'm going to ever make traditional German fruits.
Just a pound cake, huh, Jen?
I just don't think I'm going to be making
sauerkraut.
cooking videos, because you'll have to be on your feet for hours. For 2-3 hours in the kitchen, and I don't think I can do that. So I'll think about it. I'll give it a thought, but I don't think I will.
Yeah, I don't think you can stand that long to be in the stove or
Yeah,
counter.
I just can't stand that long to do that.
Yeah, there's my Gmail. Make sure you contact me on there because you got money coming your way.
But I want to do the. We got 2 bakeries now that have German style. Pastries. So I want to get the German style pastries, and then I'm either gonna have a hangout or a video, which I think I'm probably gonna have a surprise hangout, and we will taste test German pastries. I think that would be kind of fun to do. Let's see, Kim asked what my favorite dessert as a kid was. Chocolate pudding. Our mom would make homemade chocolate pudding from scratch, and when it was still hot in a big bowl, and then homemade whipped cream on it. Oh boy, that was the best. That was my most favorite dessert. Jägerschnitzel, ja. Jägerschnitzel ist gut, ja, Mr. Z. Yum, sehr gut.
All right.
Pudding, not mousse, but pudding.
Yeah, it doesn't look, Harvey, like I said, what people say about me. Mr. Curnow says some terrible stuff about me in other chats. It doesn't unblock you. It's only fair. It doesn't
Hello,
bother
Linda.
me.
Fancy, nice to see you.
Oh, thank you. I love Pirate Calypso. I don't really know Angelo too well. Let's see what. Yeah, I saw that, Lynn. Yeah, we'll get it on track again. Oh, thank you, Aaron. I'm seeing. Okay. Thank you, Lynn. I've missed you on the channel, actually. You know, it has been a painful separation from you. So, yeah, it's good. I hope we can. Yes, I do. Yeah, you can DM me over there, Odame, or you can just hit my Gmail, or just text me on the phone. You got my digits. I promise I won't make late night booty phone calls to you. Oh, I think it's fine. I can tell people. Some people have been very kind to me and very loving. Support Coop, the Cooper chat. Okay? My feelings about Coop have not changed one bit over the last 2 months. He's one that's tried to ride that center rail. Good morning, 60s. Good morning, Helen. He's one
60s, Helen.
He's one that's been put in a very uncomfortable position, but still enjoys his independence of thought. I would definitely say, keep supporting and, have fun over there on Saturday night. He's an awesome person. I don't feel like, for me personally, I don't feel like, I would have the welcome mat put out for me on that chat. Not that I expect it, but it's no reason not to come on there, not to be supportive of a guy who really does have a big heart. And hopefully will continue to be my friend. And that'll be a wonderful thing. Oh, I love that, Helen. Pork and sauerkraut. Love sauerkraut. Helen, you took that message away so fast, I barely saw it. Good morning, Cobra John. 60s flower child, you're fine. Good morning, little truck muffin. How you doing?
Hi, little truck. I never really liked sauerkraut.
60s, you're a good example. How's the cake?
It's very delicious.
Simple and delicious. No baking powder, no baking soda, no lift except what you put in by whipping your eggs and butter. I just want to tell 60s flower child, look, have an opinion about stuff. Be engaged in stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people don't like the term snowflake. I love snowflake. Snowflake's the best term down here on YouTube for people that can't take any criticism or critique. I got Kernell in the side chat here. This guy genuinely probably hates my guts. Okay? But Kernell has an opinion. And, I allow people to express that opinion. Yeah, that's right, Andrew. No more Bergs till he makes a snow angel out there. That's your challenge, Bergs. You can't come on my panel again until you make a snow angel outside, okay? Do a video of that. Yeah, it's very moist. This is a pretty moist cake. But I'm saying 60s, the delivery. I thought the cops were coming again, Georgie, get over.
Get him, Georgie. Bite the leg off. Bite the leg off, Georgie. Love you too, 60s.
All right. So I'm saying 60s, you're gold in my book. I like people that stand. I like people that stand up for Tucker. People that stand up for Cooper. No problem here. Like I said, Missy Jenn will be the one to tell you. I sure as hell have a tarnished past, as everybody knows, in personal life and on YouTube. But the beautiful thing about that is it's all out there. Therefore it's a life lived in the open. And I don't mind owning my shit.
Well, Bobby is doing good. He was here for Super Bowl.
He was here, he'll be here tomorrow.
He'll be here tomorrow. I gotta go shopping and not sure. I'm thinking about probably making a if they have a decent tri-tip, I might get tri-tip tomorrow. We haven't had tri-tip for a while. I tried to.
Or we got spaghetti too, or something like that. Might make some bread here.
Because I ain't got nothing here.
Yeah, Bobby's doing good. When I stopped hosting Saturday night hangouts, it was just very, very kind of Bobby to be over here week in, week out. But Bobby's one that enjoys sports very much. Likes to watch the Golden State Warriors. Likes Giants baseball. Yes, it is, Becca. I can't even believe it. I always get notification before they tell me when something was dropped on the porch or not. Oh, that's fine. Hey, Dave. Yeah, shoot.
Thank you, Becca. Thank you, Dave.
Yeah, that's what I say.
you.
Lynn Russell says, I call it a life lived. Anyone who says they haven't made mistakes are either lucky or boring.
I'm gonna get another piece, and I gotta get a refill me coffee. I'm out of coffee.
Let's see. Jen can open them up there, so we'll let her do hers. It's funny. Yeah, I'll tell Bobby you said hi. But now that I'm not doing, I just do pop-up hangouts. Usually on weekdays, I try to do one in the evening. But sometimes I can't always do that. Since the weather's pretty poor. Yeah, but it comes in waves. You know, you get a little sun for 5 minutes. Yeah, well, that ain't gonna last.
Sunny and glorious.
I'm gonna be jelly. It'll be just another day here. Another day of being jealous of. Another day of being jelly of Missy Jenn. That's right, my pink life. It has. I mean, you cannot rewrite that. I did. I got the Black Lightning. Yeah, open up your shoes there.
Hey, you want another piece?
No, I'm good. Jen got another piece. That's a good sign. Look at my hood hoppers here. How cool, huh? Love it. Coolio. Yeah, Al Bundy, the shoe man. Nice. Very nice. Unfortunately, I had to disclose my large foot size. Even Missy Jenn's like, holy shit, you know?
You got some big ass feet. Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I already knew that. Boom! Check it out.
Huh?
Beautiful, eh?
Isn't that amazing?
Check it out.
Lightning.
Gorgeous.
Red lightning.
Red lightning.
That's pretty darn cool. Hmm?
Thank you so much, Dave and Becca.
I know, it's embarrassing, Becca.
They are awesome. Look at that.
Because Becca,
They're beautiful. Thank you so much.
Becca might get in one of her 50 troll accounts and start trolling my foot size on that. No more, Dave. No more. We don't have closet
No more,
space.
yeah, we don't.
No mas.
We run a lot of closet space.
No mas. Keep sending shit. I'm gonna have to send the Iowa Hawkeyes football team to your place. Yeah, blame Dave. My feet are pretty big, Seymour. I always had great balance. Great for athletics, basketball. Nice big logs down there. Yeah, I guess so, Lynn. There's worse fed. No, they're not 13. Come on, Seymour. Feed me. Come on, feed me, Seymour. Not 13. Not 13. Only really Dave, Becca, and Missy Jenn know. Yeah, it is. Very kind to them. Well, yeah, man feed, Colonel. It is what it is. Yeah, well, you know, Andrew, it didn't quite translate for me on that, but that's okay. That's the wonder of 10 years of hormones. So that's the wonder. The wonder of you.
Big nose means, or big ears. Big ears.
Hey, okay, Pink, take care, honey. Spotting some boat, baby. That's it. Yeah, have a good foundation, right? I mean, it really helped in athletics. Well, Dave, we don't, we're not shoe mavens here. You have 500 pairs of shoes in your Sergio Bertini boots. Good morning, Tom. Tom, I don't know if you heard the earlier about the golden wrenches, but once in a while, once a month, we tip out the moderators here on the channel. If you choose to participate in that, which will be your choice, just drop me. Harvey will put my Gmail on there. You can drop me a line if you have a PayPal or something like that. Put something into your PayPal for being a moderator and for being a friend on this channel. Learn to love shoes. Yeah, I don't know how to convert UK to US sizes. You want that wig? Hey, they said the 50s called. They want their wig back.
The UK size.
There's my Gmail, Tom Finland. Once a month we collect. We have a day for tipping out our mods. Anybody wants to contribute for starting this month, I matched that donation. We collected 200 last night, thanks to the kindness of Becca and some donors on here. Mike Moore matched that to 400, so we'll be distributing. Yeah, I know, Becca. They always take a picture of the thing on the porch. Yeah, tipping the mods. Thank you, Gina. Something of a tradition. I can send wigs. Oh, shit.
39 in Europe.
I'm telling you what, Becca, okay. You better sure as hell get control of your man over there. Hmm? No, Elvis is not a mod here, Fitz. All he had was a defensive focus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lynn. All he had was a defensive wrench. Good morning, Pam. Shout out to Pam too last night.
Hi, Pam.
I'll tell you, my lowest moment last night, I never imagined coming through my phone. Take care, monkey boy. Coming through my phone from the great Chattanooga, Tennessee. Here comes a phone call last night. Pick up. Hi, Rosie. There's Pam. Girl, I just want to tell you I love you. Pick you up. Tell you you always the porch. Me and Ricky sending you love and a great big hug. I told Jen, I could not believe it.
Aloha, Colleen.
How you doing, Colleen? Aloha to you, sweetie. Yeah, don't send any shoes. Don't send super. You've done enough, Dave. You're going to be living on the street soon, okay? With your American Express black card or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, Tom, I'm just saying, write my Gmail, please. And if you don't want to share in that tip, it'll just be redistributed to others. Greg Campbell's been here. He'll certainly get a big chunk of that.
We will just send you
I have no idea. You know, Greg's got stuff going on in his life. Like I said, Thursday night, we had a chance to have a one-on-one chat. It was very nice. Greg will be able to define his relationship on here. Yep, if you go homeless, you're coming to live at the Rancho. We had some understanding about the way that things are, the way that things were. But at the end of the day, I knew that he had felt the same way about me that I feel about him. Now, we both are, we like to sauce it up. Sometimes we say stuff that,
Hi, puppy.
Gets a little out there. Okay, thank you, Tom. Poppy, how are you doing?
Georgie says, good morning, everybody.
Having reflected on, you know, pulling Greg's wrench. It'll be up to Greg whether he desires to have his wrench back or not. You know, he's been a significant part of the channel for a lot of years. He definitely wants to continue being my friend. He's got a lot of stuff going on this week. Shout out to you, Greg, and he'll just let me know. And that'll be a good thing. Jim Doran, your messages, just to let you know, your messages never show on the side because of my filter that I have on. So you're wasting your time. Okay. There we go. And I have moderators that put that out. So your messages never get posted here. Okay.
You're wasting your time and your energy, bro.
There's your zero. Rosie's Wrench Mentorship Program.
Bro, you're wasting your energy and time. Go and mow your grass.
Don't be so lazy, Colonel. Post out a whole message, not just 4 words, okay? Yeah, we're going to take JK. We're going to get, maybe we'll try to, I think we'll try to, maybe Friday night, JK. We're going to come up to, Windsor. You pick the place, we'll review it.
Oh, they are actually closed today.
Take care, Mr. Z.
They're actually closed today, so I'll have to check it Monday.
Yeah, our post office gets raided. Yeah, the cake was delicious.
Yeah, they have new opening hours. They are closed on Saturdays.
Cake was delicious.
Because they have people sleeping in the...
Yeah, Tango Z's. I love that term. The golden wrench.
Much love to you, Mr. Z, and much love.
See, and you thought being a wrench would be a crappy job, right? Oda May sitting there in Missouri, and about time that fucker did. About time that fucker did something for me, huh? That wannabe girl, right, Georgie? Huh? That right? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the weather today. You know, look at the weather, and I don't want to drive. You know, I have a
invasion on Saturday. Sorry.
I mean, I have an epic stream. Harvey, don't time out, Mr. Z.
Ooh, that's Mr. Z.
Mr. Z is a good friend of ours. Okay.
Yeah, he's a bus.
Sorry, Mr. Z, you're gone for 30 seconds. Okay, Mr. Z is the guy that we met in Las Vegas. Yeah, you can see him in the video. He's a wonderful person. Yeah, you got to take care of your wrenches. Exactly. Some people send them little gifts once in a while. I just feel embarrassed when I sit here and people are so kind and generous to me that they're a very, take care, Lynn Russell. Thank you. Okay, no problem.
Trigger finger.
Hey, Steph.
That was the trigger finger accident.
Yeah, the next storm's a few hours away. See, I've got a long haul to get to the next big epic streaming event. But because it's outside, we may have an inside one this afternoon, but because it's outside, you know, I cannot walk around in the rain for hours and risk pneumonia and everything else just for shits and giggles. Plus, it's the kind of stream where you want people out on the streets and stuff. You don't want people hunkering down. So
that's right.
That's okay, Harvey. Just make sure that Mr. Z's not. Yeah, the Emerald Cup. There you go. Sometimes they get a little money. They get a little crazy in there. Yeah, Colleen's like, why do I feel like I have a hangover? Probably because you come off of one of my shit show hangouts, Colleen, where people are yelling and mofoing, and God, I love that. Okay, take care, Pam. Love you. Yeah,
I love
give
you.
Charlie a big hug, and give Ricky a big.
Be safe hug on your walk. With
an emotional hangover.
Charlie.
How far am I? I am. I'm about 100. I want to say about 120 miles, maybe about 100 miles away from Monterey. Salinas down there. We may go down there and do some streaming, but I'll tell you what, Yujiro, this weather, I just don't. You can't depend on being outside for any period of time. Any period of time. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get it closed. Yeah, Monterey Bay is beautiful there. You got the aquarium. I don't think there's going to be a chooch today, John. I'll probably be doing something in the shop. Probably be doing something in the shop today. Hey, Carrie, come to Monterey. I think we'll get down to Monterey. Yeah, Berg's being attacked by the girls. It was funny. And Berg's booted me off. So Berg's, now for your punishment, you have to go outside and make a snow angel. Okay? And if you see Berg's today, tell him. You got to go out there and make a snow angel. That's your punishment. That's because Vegas fixing put him out. We're going to go ahead and close this. We're going to go ahead and close this hangout down. Once again, make sure to message me either on preference, of course, is icanmakeitlikenew@gmail.com. Tom, Odame, JK, we got dinner covered for you and yours. Big Sir, yeah, that'll be an awesome trip. We're going to do a lot of trips coming up. And that's something close enough I can take Missy Jenn down there and she can enjoy that. She's never been to Monterey before. Monterey Bay. She's never gone on 17-mile drive or whatever the hell it is, which isn't that great. Thank you, Mitch Jones, 60s. But we shall see. Becca, I hope you feel better. Thank you. RV Radio. I will see you guys around. May do something in the shop. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll scratch build something. Maybe a new FM transmitter for the Rancho here. So you too, Nathan. Andrea, love you. Just Carrie. Yeah, 17-mile drive sucks. All they do is suck the money out of you. I always thought to myself, to see the lonely Cypress or whatever, big deal out there. We'll never do that again. But thank you. Make sure to message me, everybody. So enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for being on the Hangout. Mwah.